Righto. Welcome back, me Immortalites, to another edition of the Me Immortals in Motion. I am slightly singing as I wake up this morning because it was a very, very interesting day yesterday as I'm going in for some motion. I say that as I drive through some lights right now that are absolutely not working. Make me feel like as I'm going to the gym, will the lights even be on? Will this place be open? Stay tuned, we will find out together. Monday, today's a fresh start actually. Fresh start in the training plans and sessions that I do. It's a very exciting time because the last week I had a deload week, and I talked about this around basically just relaxing down in terms of my training and the load and the volume and how much to do. But this week it goes back up, so we can only be excited for that. What does that actually look like off the top of my head, as much as I could actually plan for it yesterday, given that the internet and everything else was playing up due to the storm that we hit over here in Brisbane. In fact, there's a massive branch here on the road right now. Good, that's what I like to see. About 50 kilometers of running is planned for this particular week. I've also got quite a heavy training load from a gym perspective, so I won't even bore you with the details of how I've been doing it in the past couple of months. But what it's looking like at the moment is Monday, push-pull, legs on the Tuesday, push-pull on the Wednesday, legs on the Thursday, a bit of arms, bodybuilding style training on the Friday, and then just exclusively running on the Saturday. And of course, it's running all over the place, intermingled in there throughout the week as well. It is always exciting when you stop training the normal ways that you do for at least any period of time, whether it's a holiday, whether it's a forced deload week, whatever, and then getting back into it again. I've got that giddiness of, I just want to get back in and train hard. The week did well, the deload week did well, I apologize, in terms of just getting me wanting to get back into doing everything that I normally do. So hooray for that. Let's see how I feel after 2 weeks, potentially, of just feeling tired and then sore from all the various training, but we adapt and we move and we change. What else can I probably share with everyone? The other thing as well, so something that I used to do in my 20s, and we talked about this with Karen not too long ago about, on the podcast, was, what are the different things, or what are the advice you give your 20-year-old self, or in your 20s, now that we're in our 30s. One of the things that I was thinking, or I didn't actually discuss, more specific to training and fitness, was back in the day, I used to be heavy on supplements in the likes of pre-workout, and I've got to get this intra-workout, and I've got to get this post-workout. And don't get me wrong, not a bad thing, but I think in my 20s, that kind of mattered even less than probably what it matters now. In fact, it's probably the inverse. I kind of almost wish by myself that I was doing more of that. Now that I'm older, it's probably more beneficial. When I was younger, it didn't matter. I had all the energy, all the time, all the drive, the rebound capabilities in terms of healing up that you do when you're younger in comparison to what I am now. But now, my pre-workout just looks like a big fat coffee, sometimes it's fat and just some water. No intra-workout. Post-workout, maybe. I brought a banana, so I'm going for a run directly after the gym session. So, that's as dicey as it gets from a supplementation perspective. Look, maybe not a bad thing that it's like a less supporting nature from supplements, that it is just pure supplementation, and maybe the food in general is getting me through. If I was honest, not particularly. But today's training session, I'm excited. I'm excited for getting back into it. I'm excited for I think it's like heavy bench on a Monday and then heavy deadlift on the Wednesday. So we'll see how that works out. All right. I'm wasting time. Just sitting here talking it out rather than going and doing it. So let's go do it. Immortalites, hope you're well. Bye now.